Hi there, your computer friend Connie here. Welcome to this lesson on Microsoft Teams and meetings. So in this lesson, we're going to talk about a number of different types of meetings, and in particular, we will be looking at the setup of those meetings. So let's start by saying that you can have an instant meeting, so I can meet with somebody right now when I'm in the Microsoft Teams application, or I could schedule a meeting for later. So those are the two types of meetings you can have. Let's look at where you start those meetings in Microsoft Teams. Now, right now you see I'm in Teams, in an actual team called Instructors, and in the channel called Training. And if you look at the very top right corner of the posts area that I'm in, you'll see that there is the video camera that signifies the meeting icon, and there's an arrow beside it. So in that arrow beside it, I've got the choice of saying meet now or schedule a meeting. So the two types of meetings I can have. Okay, so that's great. So this is how you'd schedule a meeting with a group of people that you're already in a team with, and you have a channel that fits that meeting topic. Now, one thing I will note for you regarding channels is if you have a private channel, so this budget channel here is private, I do have the meeting icon at the top right and the drop down here, but my only option is meet now. In a private channel, I cannot schedule a meeting. All right, so channels, meeting in channels is our first option for where we create a meeting. The second option I'm going to talk to you about is I can go to the chat area, and from within the chat area, I can either schedule a meeting with an existing group of people I'm already chatting with, or existing person I'm already chatting with, and that's done the same way by going to the top right corner. There's a telephone this time instead of the video camera, so you can click on that, and the drop down there is a choice of having a video call or an audio call. Now, to the right of that, there also is the three dots, and in the three dots is the option to schedule a meeting. So you could schedule a meeting by using the three dots, the menu, whereas the phone is your meet now, your instant meeting. Okay, so this is within the chat with an existing group of people or person that you're already chatting with. What about a new chat? So I've created on a new chat here, and let me just invite somebody to this chat. So I've chosen someone to have this chat with, and they actually happen to be an external person. So we're not seeing the meeting icons at the top of our screen now. We have to go to where the message area is at the bottom, and there's a little calendar, little icon that says schedule a meeting. So I would click on that, and then I'd have an option for scheduling a meeting. The third way is going to be through the calendar on the left side of our Teams screen. So when I'm in the weekly calendar, I can see that on Wednesday, maybe I want to have a particular meeting. I could just click on the time on Wednesday, and it opens up the meeting dialog box that I can fill in and invite people to. Now, something special about using the calendar within Microsoft Teams is that I can certainly type in the name of my attendees here, but I also have the option of adding a channel or a location. So if I wanted to, maybe I should have been in the Teams area and in a channel to have this meeting, and I just didn't click there. So even though I'm in the calendar, I can still choose to be in a channel of an existing team. So I still have that option there. If I leave it out, then it puts it into the chat area for me. So let me just close out of there. So that's one way. Just click on the particular day and at the particular time that you want the meeting to be. You can even highlight a time frame. So I highlighted a time frame. So now it says it's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. because that's how many hours I highlighted on my calendar. Close that. And then at the top of the screen, it says new meeting. So here's where, of course, I could schedule a new meeting. So same way as me clicking in the calendar. With the new meeting button, there is a drop down as well. And that's where the fun begins. There are a number of different options for meetings nowadays within Microsoft Teams. If you just say new meeting, that's just specifying a regular meeting in Teams. So that's scheduling a meeting by using that plus new meeting button. Instant meeting is right there, meet now. So if I chose meet now, then I could start a meeting. And in this case, it's not asking me to invite anybody through the Teams. It's asking me to get a link, and then possibly I'd send them that link through the team afterwards in the posts area, maybe through a chat or maybe through an email. Another option that you have is join with an ID. So if there's a meeting going on already, and rather than using a link, maybe you're talking to somebody on the phone, or they're just letting you know really quickly how to get into the meeting, they could just give you the ID, and then you could click on join with ID and type that meeting ID in and that passcode. Okay, so that's choice number 3. Now, the fourth place that we can create a meeting from is Outlook. So within Outlook, on my home ribbon, somewhere towards the middle, I do have the option for the Teams meeting. I do have a Meet Now as well. So if I wanted to meet right now, that would set up a Teams meeting instantly. So by clicking on the Meet Now button, I get the dialog box to set up the meeting right away, where I can join, and then I can invite people into it or send the link to people. I'll cancel that. And then the other one is scheduling a meeting. So I've got meetings, and there is a drop down there. So let's just check out the drop down first. So if I click on the drop down, I see I have kind of the same options I had previously in the calendar within Teams. Now the difference within, if I click on the Teams meeting button within Outlook, is I don't have as much options as the calendar within Teams, because this is a general appointment or meeting dialog box that I'm getting in Outlook. I do not have a place here to say, oh, I forgot to say it's in my channel for the existing team I already have. I don't have an option to add a channel or a team as a location. So any meeting I create in Outlook will then be saved within the chat area of Teams. It will not be saved within any channel of any team that I have. Okay, so you have 4 options on how you create your Teams meetings, a lot of flexibility between those options and some similarities between those options as well. So go ahead and practice those